Hey RVers and future RVers, it's Mikey B at Beckley's RVs on this beautiful day with an awesome camper behind me. Have you heard of Sylvansport? Have you seen anything like this? These are one of our most popular pop-ups because of the utility factor, and it's so much easier than a tent. Behind me is a 2025 model that we're going to go through some of the features and most importantly the easy setup. Let's get into it. All right, some of the key features on the 2025 Sylvansport Go on the outside starts up front. Overall, the easy, lightweight camper can be really pushed and pulled wherever you want to take it, especially in the driveway, maybe in and out of the garage. We have a handle here that really is a great way to grab it and move it. In addition to the dolly wheel that easily stows up in travel mode, this way you can push it around and put it wherever you need to maneuver it to. Up front, we have a huge compartment. I love this compartment. It doesn't look too big from the outside, but once you pop the top and get all your goodies in here, man, it can stow a ton of stuff. And the fact that it's all Rotoclast plastic, it's easy clean out when it comes time for that Sunday afternoon cleanup mess. As you can see, we have a lot of black metal on the 2025 model. I love the black model. They've given it a little fresh look to it. But it's really important to talk about what all this metal stuff is. The utility factor you'll see here shortly. This camper is not just a pop tent camper. It can be used for hauling bikes, ATVs. The crossbars here, you can get a crossbar kit to maybe do kayaks or bikes up here. This thing has a lot of utilitarian ways to use it so that perhaps any outdoor lifestyle that you may live, this thing is going to take care of it. We have below here, we have some nice wheels that are definitely can take the load for you. So it's aluminum wheels with a really nice, aggressive, wide tire to handle that load, whatever you may choose to put into it. Diamond plate here, so again, if you're using it for hauling purposes, easy cleanup for messes, but definitely that durability for towing factor. So that's some of the key bullet points on the outside of this Sylvansport Go for the 2025 model. Let's get into the setup. All right, let's go through the setup of the Sylvansport Go trailer. All of them are pretty much identical, so if you know one, you're going to know a lot. You have safety pins on all four corners that we're going to need to move before we crank it up. It has a really easy crank handle and mechanism that brings the roof up. The crank handle is stowed inside your compartment on the lid here. Down here, you're going to see a square tube that this crank handle is going to insert, and we're going to crank. You can hear the latching mechanism. It's awesome because that way in between at any point you have to stop, it is going to catch that gear and therefore not allow the roof to come down. But we're gonna go and crank it all the way up until it stops. All done. We're going to come to the back. These sidewalls are used for a couple different purposes. They're either going to be your side pieces for, say, like an enclosed trailer kind of setup, or they go all the way out for the bed. But we do need to release our little step here. That is simply held on by this Velcro strap. And once it hits the ground, you're good to go. Now for the position of the side pieces. You're going to want to release your other Velcro strap. These swing up, and at some point you're going to get some resistance or a stopping point. The way the bed piece is slotted into the metal, you're going to lift up and drop down. Now you can see you have the side here as kind of an extra cargo side, if you will, especially if you're going to bring like ATVs, bicycles, or anything that you may use this platform area to for tie down, or just to bring this back down and just keep it again as kind of an enclosure. We're going to repeat on the second side. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to have these little knobs here that you're going to want to bring the roof back down and situate and level off that top. Those 4 safety pins that we pulled out at once upon a time, we're going to get those, the end of the bed pieces situated back into the roof and put our pins back in for safety. All right, and as you saw, you might have to do a little bit of hand maneuvering to make sure that the holes are matched up for the pin. But now we have a safe cargo utility kind of setup to be able to tow down and again use this whole platform for whatever kind of storage that we may need to take along with us. All right, so let's move on to the part of the finalizing setup in tent mode. We're going to take our sides. Again, we need to lift up to release it out of that track or that slot, and we're going to bring it out to here. We do have on each end, we have an eyelet here and a slot here for the bed poles. There's going to be 4. You can find them up front in the compartment. Each pole does have a little slot or a little nipple, if you will, on the end to make sure that you're in the groove correctly. Just twist if you don't find the groove immediately. Eventually you'll find it where it's going to sit. I'm going to put out both poles on each side. So let's start with this side here. Lift up. Bring it out. And again, we're going to want to make sure that other end, the nipple in the end there, is going to find that slot and twist and lock to make sure it's secure. Now this is going to be, as you'll see when we finalize our setup, this is going to be one of the ends that you're sleeping purposes or sofa purposes. So you can see how durable that setup is. Let's repeat on the second side. Okay, again, we are secure on the second side. Now we can tackle the tent part. All your tenting is located in this covering here. The bottom piece swings down. It not only is holding everything up, but it's also going to act as an exterior wall here on the front. We have like a little rip cord that's going to release the latches. And you're going to swing you're going to swing that all the way to the front. Now we have the open tenting on each bed end. We're going to want to go ahead and pull this out to be able to start up our full setup. You can start with each corner with this little lasso piece to go around the end to help you get started. And again, we're going to repeat that on all 4 corners. Now we need to get all our tenting extended, and what you're going to have is a lot of poles. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. There's going to be 2 poles for this tent end, and then also 1 for the awning end. Those again are located in your front storage. The orange is going to be for the exterior awning, or the outside end, the fly that goes over the entrance. And the 2 black ones are going to be 1 for each side. So let's go ahead and start with the sides. It's really convenient that they have a bungee cord stretched from the beginning to the end. So all you have to do is just get the aluminum pieces connected. And what we're going to do is we're going to run through this piece here from side to side. So kind of like a drawstring on your pants that found their way inside all that elastic area in the dryer. You're just going to see that you might have to help fish it through. Secure one end in the eyelet in the fabric that's located at the end of all this. Get one end in. As you can see, we're starting to erect the side. Get that second end in through that eyelet, and now we have one side set up. So obviously repeat on the second side. Watch out. Dangerous with a pole. All right. So we do have, sorry I'm out of breath and it's hot. There is a little bit of a loop here that helps as a finger hold to get you that leverage. To be honest, that last one's a little tight. It was a little once you get everything starting to get blown up into position. So I'm only a single person. If you can get some help to get that the second side pushed over a little bit better, that way even both eyelets can be done at the same time and maybe keep the job a little bit easier. Now we've got the bed loops secured. We just need to make sure everything else is buttoned down. So we're gonna have bungee cords in a few locations that we want to strap in. We've got one secured here that we can do. Got this one down here that we can loop around the bed frame, secure there, and repeat on the second side once we finish off this flooring part. Underneath part of the frame, you're going to feel the end of the metal rail, and we're going to make sure that hook gets hooked on the inside. All right, and then the corners, you bring around and make sure you get the clips in. This is going to help keep our floor secure. I ain't gonna lie, I feel like the Winnebago man. If you haven't seen that video, you gotta look at, there's gnats everywhere today. I just wanna cuss and swat them away. All right, that's it of all the bungees. Now let's go do the fly part at the entrance. Very similar to the ends, the bed ends. We're gonna link these poles and they're gonna go through the perimeter here, the end of the fly here covering the entrance. Same thing, find that piece of fabric that's looped over and start getting your pole slid through. And the two ends of the gold pole, yeah, right. Where's the hole? Did I cover it? Oh, that's right. Oop. That finger hole that we were using to get the bed ends, we're gonna run that through just to give an extra safe, secure hook. And there's a little circular cutout on the bed frame at the end that we're gonna stick the gold pole end in. Repeat on the second side. Did you get it? And now the fly on the entrance is secure, ready to roll. The door we can pretty much leave in place. There's a little bit more setup inside. Let's go. This wall that we brought down, if you remember, was the roof. We have the two bed platforms that we're going to pull out of here and place at either side. Once you get them unfolded, on either end, there's a little slot here, fabric slot, that we're going to slide both ends in to just keep that base from moving around. Oh, that one fell right into place. Look at that. It's going to be a good day after all. Repeat on the second side. And there you go. Sylvansport also provides you with air inflated cushions that you're going to get out of the front compartment, and you can lay them down at this point if you choose. I want to get all the inside. I recommend doing all the inside first before you go back outside. So let's get the table extended down in place to show you that. Oh, shipping wise, they put them up here. These are the bed ends I was telling you about. But again, for today, let's just go ahead and get to this table. There's a Velcro, a bungee cord with a hook on the end. And as you can see here, there's a pin on the top side that we want to make sure we push towards that larger circular piece to be able to unhook and get the table down. Repeat on the second side. Okay, once you get the tables through that same larger eyelet, we're going to be able to pull this pole here, this aluminum tubular piece, to free up our tables as the bed's going to come down. Timber! Oh shit! Maybe we should cut that out. All right, so this one's a little bit easier to see. As you can see, the screw head here, we need to slide this out to release the screw head or the locking pin from the screw head. Now you're going to have your tables completely free at this point. So we have two of them here. You have a couple different ways or a couple different setups that you can do, but we're going to go ahead and set up into a table here, so that way we have a great dining area for camping. All right, we're going to need a couple things to set up our table. And the main component is going to be a strap that's going to come down and help secure the end part. So before we get the table started here, let's go ahead and grab that strap, which again is located in the front compartment. All right, so all this is, if you haven't seen one before, this is a ratchet strap. So we're gonna have hooks on both ends that we're gonna help pull, hang off the end here to secure the table. So if by chance the strapping is too short to extend, I would just go ahead and start by getting it free and just give you a little bit of slack here to get it started. I'm going to hang one eyelet or hook up here in the Velcro strap. We're going to take our table. One end is going to be secured on this aluminum tube at the end. Get your knob back threaded in. And by the way, this is all aluminum and fiberglass. It is not heavy at all. We're going to take our other hook and we're going to get that secure on the outside. Keep tension on your strap as you crank it up. Actually, it looks, I got this backwards. And then what you can do is once you sit down and kind of feel if it's level or not, you can you can tighten it back up and just get that last little bit secureness out of that strap. So pretty easy. Again, it's very lightweight. If you have two people, probably a little more ideal why one holds the end while the other one can thread it in. So at this point, you're pretty much set up for the tent. The only other thing that you have left to do is the door, which is just zippers. Let's go outside and show you how that is done. We have a zipper that can go both ways, or I should say we have two zippers. So depending on your preference, you can either start from the bottom, start from the top, or just meet in the middle. We do have an extra flap here that's on the inside. So if it's a nice day, you can open that up and just allow a little bit of airflow. If it's really beautiful day, no bugs like that you have around like we do today, you can leave this open and roll up, secure with these straps and rubber grommets. No fancy way other than just roll it up. On the inner side of the door, you're going to see the matching strap with the hook. Hook into the eyelet. And voila, pretty easy peasy. Beyond this normal setup, then what you're going to have is a lot of extra features that Sylvansport provides. Depending on the level, there's 3 different levels. You may have extra items such as much as a solar panel. You may have an extra boot that extends out your patio area, if you want to call it that. Lights poles that go into the ground, etc. If you buy one of these and you want to make sure that you ask like what kind of accessories come with it, if by chance one of yours doesn't come with your package, Sylvansport has an awesome store online that you can direct your customers there, or you can go there yourself and look at all the extra goodies that they have available for this awesome camper. So again, the setup on the 2025 Sylvansport Go, pretty easy. All right, so I'm not the slickest or the smoothest in doing this. I hope you enjoyed some of the bloopers as we fumbled through it. But anyway, once you, just like your first tent that you ever got, get a system down, do it maybe perhaps in the driveway before you go camping for the first time so you don't look like that newbie like I just did. But anyway, it's really easy. Literally, if you have 2 people, you could set it up in probably minutes. Again, for 2025, this is the Sylvansport Go. There's 3 different levels. Make sure you ask what level that you're most interested in to match up with all the accessories that they have to, more importantly, make your camping the most convenient. I'm Mikey B with Beckley's RVs. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Comment below on this interesting utilitarian type pop-up camper. We'd love to hear your first impressions, or more importantly, have some questions. We can get those answers to all those. And show us some love. Smash that subscribe button. I'll see you at the campsites.